Hi everyone, Deb here. I thought I'd finally open my Celebrating in Color May paper pumpkin kit. I think I have 1 or 2 more paper pumpkin kits coming, and then I won't be getting them anymore after I'm not a demonstrator anymore. So yeah, I just have, you'll see when I do a video on June 9th about paper storage, how many paper pumpkin kits I have on my shelves, either partially used or not used at all. I need to use them up before I can get any more kits. So I have just taken the outer wrapping off. So this is what you get. Let me get a piece of black card, bigger than that scrap. So it says happy in nice big letters. I like that. You, just for, so just for you, you make me happy. You can do anything. Happy to have you in my life. Happy to celebrate your day. This is a nice stamp set, a very nice stamp set. And this box is called Celebrating in Color. You get a basic gray Stampin' Spot, I gotta say. Not my favorite color, but well, it'll do. It's a good neutral. Next month, I'm actually excited about, it's called Pick of the Crop. Summer picnics, fresh bread, and flowers all make for wonderfully whimsical memories. Next month's paper pumpkin kit will have you drooling over watercolor designs and heartfelt sentiments. Make sure you're subscribed to get your Pick of the Crop box. And if you get this box, there's actually one of these things where you can go to subscribe, or well, I would say you could click on the link below, but only if you're going to just get 1 month, because after June I won't be a demonstrator anymore. So yeah, and also this says ready for the colorful year ahead. These are the in colors. That's what this box is about, apparently. It says, yay, you got the first look at the new 2022 to 2024 in colors with the Celebrating in Color paper pumpkin kit. The good news is there's so much more you can do with this kit when you use coordinating in color products. Yes, releasing with the annual catalog, which of course is already released as of May 3rd. What fun projects can you create? And that's what we're going to do today. So we shall see. We have a little bit brighter blue paper than we usually do in Tahitian Tide. Let me take that back here so I'm not crinkling in front of you. And let's see what this box has. Also, I believe I saw on the website that there are refill kits available for this, which you can only get if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. I'm going to move this box out of the way and get my non-ribbon snips. These are my 2 favorite scissors, which both need to be cleaned. These I've had for many years. I used them for paper fussy cutting and things. They're not Stampin' Up. I think the brand is Singer, but I've used them so much it's kind of worn off a little bit. And then the paper snips by Stampin' Up I also love, and I only use them for paper, but I've gotten them, I'm sorry, they're paper snips is what they call them, but I only use them for ribbon, and I keep them case on. I actually would like to get another pair of those before I depart. We'll see what happens. Okay, so let's open this up. Looks like we got some tear and tape, so that's interesting. Which is good too, because I think mine is getting low, and I don't think I have any refills on that because I don't use it that often. It's great for making boxes, or really if you want something to tack down really well. Their tear and tape is wonderful. We got some mini dimensionals in the shape of hexagons. That's interesting. We got some little mini matte dots in all the in colors, which are Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis, which I should probably switch my line up because I have these 2 reversed in my stamp trays. So these are the envelopes. Let's see. Okay, they're different colors, and They go down the back, sort of ombre looking though. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not on that side. So there's Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to put these in the order. Orchid Oasis, and this one is Tahitian Tide. I love the new in colors. I do. And then we have some, I don't know, little pockets maybe, because they look like they're little pockets to go on a card. So that's interesting. Yep, there's more of them. We have some plain white card bases, I think, yes, and there are how many of those? 1, 2, 3, 4 so far. So here's more pockets. Interesting. I didn't look at the sheet yet. Now this has some texture to it, like a tasteful textile almost, only a little smoother, maybe like a linen feel. And then there's a circle that punches out of it, and there's gold foil stripes on it, and that is in Orchid Oasis. And then we have probably 4 of these cards. There's 2, so that's 6 plain, 2 plain white and 2 with gold. And then these have U, which punches out of this torn, textured, like a label that would go across like that. Interesting. Another white card, so that's 5 of those. 6 of those. So it looks like 6 white and 2 of these. And here's another textured. So the textured things we have the Sweet Sorbet with the U in it, the Orchid Oasis with the circle punch out in that design, which the envelopes have sort of that design in. And then this got a little bent. This this design splatters and like a torn with gold edging in Starry Sky. And then we have some sentiments. Happy and You, which I guess can go on the circle. Happy can go on anything. Best Wishes is together and Happy in print. 2 sheets of those. Some smaller labels, I think, to use with the words on the stamp. Okay, now we have 2 cards that have the U on it already. So we have, I think that's all the card bases now. So 2 gold with U, 2 with the flag banner and some splatters. That's 4, and I think 6. Oh, I just noticed these 2 have their this edge, so they are meant, I think, to go with this on the front. So that's interesting. So those 2, so that's 2, 4, 6, and then 1, I think I said 4 of these plain white, right? Yep, 4 plain white. So 10 cards altogether. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, yep. Sorry. And then the additional labels and sentiments, and then some Parakeet Party textured labels, because there's no Parakeet Party background thing. And the Tahitian Tide textured ombre banners. They're pretty. They almost look like water, don't they? Alright, so I am not going to do the kit as intended on video. I might make them. They make some really pretty cards. I might just go through and pull out my in colors and see what alternatives I can come up with, and then I will come back with alternatives. I know Stampin' Up! Already has an unboxing and probably making video for this on the Stampin' Up! YouTube, so feel free to watch that if you need help with learning how to make it as intended, and also follow the instructions in here. I used to do that, but I'm not going to this time. And then I'll make some alternatives and I'll come back and share with you. Okay? Thanks for watching. Hi everyone, I am here to share 9 alternative cards using the May 2022 paper pumpkin kit called Celebrating in Color. And I'll show you first what I have left. I do have some dots left. Now I do have quite a few of these left, but I did also use my regular dimensionals on quite a bit. And I didn't open this because I have almost finished roll of, well, not even an open roll of tear and tape. I did use every stamp, I think. I'm not sure about this You Make Me. That's the only one I'm not sure about. But all the other ones I used. I have an envelope left. I have a white card base left. I think I have, hang on. I have one of these card bases left, and I have this card base that is designed to go with this mat, but this mat got crumpled, so I'm gonna probably do something else with that. I do have some labels left. This one I'm stamped crooked, but oh, and that was the You Make Me, so I did use that. But I can use the other side. Now these, it looked like we had enough 10 pockets. Not 2 of each though. This is the Orchid Oasis. I used the one dark one I had. There are still 2 of the Tahitian Tide. There are 3 of the Parakeet Party. I haven't exactly figured out what to do with these yet. Oh, here's the other dark one. I had 2 dark ones. And you can see I used this decorative circle punch and punched out one of those. And I have 2 of the Sweet Sorbet ones left, so I have most of them left. I have a few bits of gold foil. Now, only 2 pieces were from the kit. They were from the card that had the U already on it in gold, and the edging around the card was gold, which I'll show you when we get to that. I don't have another one of those. And then I brought in some gold foil from the annual catalog, and I have these bits left, so I saved them with this to see if we can use them on something else. I have one of the U's that punched out, and I thought I'd try and write the O and the U on, but it doesn't look right because this looks lighter. So what I might do, I don't know if it'll work, is get out water pens and see if I can blend that all the way across. I don't know. We'll see. I do have another Happy and 3 of these U's left. And this from the one banner. I'm not sure about that. And then these were, I did use some of these, but I have all these left. I have a Best Wishes. I have this card mat without the circle in it. I used the circle. And I have this that has the U, like the one I showed you that I said I might have to watercolor. So that's what I have left. Quite a bit still, right? And I'm planning on trying to make more alternatives with you in my live stream Friday. I don't know when this is going up, Friday or Saturday. Alright, so let me show you. The first one, I brought in the Kite Delight photopolymer stamp set. I also, and this is retiring, this is retiring at the end of June 30th. So this is going to be in the last chance list. I don't remember if it's discounted or not. I also brought in the designer paper in color 22-23. this paper here with the dots on it. So this, let me bring those other card bases back. This gold trimmed white banner is from here. What I did is I took the cutter and I trimmed this off and here, and then actually I did take this pointy part and I used it on, I think, the last card or next to the last card. And then I had some strips with these white dots, and I used them on the next card. And then the other part I used on the inside of this card. And then this was one of the two banners. So what I did is I took Tahitian Tide and I used the cloud from the Kite Delight, and I stamped several cards on it, all over. I stamped the kite in Sweet Sorbet, and I did use crushed curry to stamp the star tail, and then I used some stars that are retiring. They're from the January to June mini on page 69 and 87. These happen to be crushed curry, and look at all these stars I have that aren't in the yellow color. Anyway, so these are last chance also. They're retiring at the end of June, or while supplies last, starting June 1st. So that's what I did. I just outlined the blue with the gold stripe. I used the happy punch out. I stamped to celebrate your day. Now I think this is on a piece of my own 1/2" Whisper White scrap, not Whisper White, basic white scrap. But I did use the stamp from the kit to celebrate your day. And then on the inside, all I did was I took the dots from the paper pumpkin kit and stamped them down the margin in Tahitian Tide. And I used a Starry Sky card base. And I think that came out really cute. The next one is a little easier, and I used the Tahitian Tide envelope to go with this part of it. But I thought this was really nice if you have someone who has a birthday near Memorial Day or near July 4th, because it's a nice summery kind of card too, right? And it doesn't really say happy birthday, so it could also be, you know, like Veterans Day or anything really. Happy to celebrate your day. So that's the first card, and I really like that kite stamp set. And then the next one, I had this scrap left over from this background paper. I had these two strips left from cutting the white banner out, and they had the gold dots on it, and so I had another half piece of the Starry Sky cardstock, so I wanted to use that on the inside. And there is the absolute last little piece from the one sheet of 6x6 paper. Then here I stamped the U from the kit on, I think this is basic white, and I used the decorative circle punch, which is new in the new annual catalog 159174. This is what it comes out like. I used the Sweet Sorbet Stampin' Right marker and went around the edges of it. Then these are glued down, that is bumped up, and Can Do Anything. You Can Do Anything. They're both stamped in the Sweet Sorbet, and they're both up on dimensionals. And then the ribbon is, or trim, is the new Starry Sky metallic, what is it called? Metallic woven ribbon, 1/8 inch. It's a very thin ribbon, but it ties pretty nice bows, I think. I'm not the best bow tire. And then I did use one Starry Sky dot and two Sweet Sorbet, and inside just a piece of paper, and I used the Starry Sky. I didn't really cut up any envelopes. Maybe I'll do that in round 2. Alright, so next up is an easy one. It's a variation on one they show on the flyer, so let me get that. This one's the easiest one, probably. So here is the one to make as intended in the kit. And let me just see something. No, that's better. And it just says, just for you. and just for they stamp. So I did that too, but they used the basic gray in the kit. I used the Orchid Oasis. But what I did, because there's gold here and gold on there, I punched out a 2 1/4 inch, which is a retired punch. But I measured the piece that came out of here, and it was 2 1/4 inches. So I happen to have the retired 2 1/4 inch circle punch. But you could also find one of the dies, perhaps. I'm kind of thinking maybe this one would work from the new stylish shapes dies, or if you have the circle dies, you know, something like that. And so all I did is I did add a layer of the Orchid Oasis behind it to make it pop off the card more. This was one of the plain white cards from the kit. I put the gold foil down, and then I bumped this up, the Just For You, and then I brought in, I don't know why that moved, and one came off. Maybe it didn't. I might have only used 5. These are retired just recently. The metallic pearls in the gold, because you know I have them to use up. So yeah, that one's shifted. Have to fix it. Sorry about that. And then inside here, I used one of the little pockets. So it says Just For You, and this is where you can put a gift card and I guess write your message over here. So I used the Orchid Oasis envelope with that as well. So that's an easier one, just adding. Another option is you could add a layer back here of, instead of the Orchid Oasis, you could use gold foil behind this piece. And then maybe just put a solid piece of Orchid Oasis here, or leave it as foil as well. In fact, if you put the foil behind here, you might not need, you wouldn't need another circle there because the gold would shine through. So that would be another option, okay? All right, next up, because I had that circle and I had another one of these with the circle, I took those 2 circles and then I punched out another 2 1/4 inch piece, but out of the gold foil. I have, this is on an Orchid Oasis card base. And these 2 pieces, hang on, oops, I think are just, yeah, they're just basic white cardstock. And so on the inside, I just used the little dots and went down the edge again, but in the Parakeet Party. This Happy was a punch out from the kit, and I just took the Parakeet Party Stampin' Write marker. You could also use the blends, which I did on a later card, and you'll see that. I colored this in. It's sort of lopsided-y, but I colored it in with the brush end of the Stampin' Write Parakeet Party marker. I stamped To Have You in My Life, and I put 3 dots on. So this has the green strips. Some of them were plain. So this one I put the paler end over here. And the darker green end is under this circle, and then here the darker green goes to paler this side, and then this one I started on this side and wanted the gold dots to show. And the Happy and the To Have You in My Life is bumped up, and 3 of the little Parakeet Party dots. And this, I had this tiny little piece of paper left from the first 2 cards. I think it was like the bottom of here to cut this down from 6 to 5.5. Anyway, I was gonna throw it out, but I slipped when I was, I also went around the edge of the white card with the marker, and I slipped, so I have a little green thing here. So I just tucked that in under there to hide the boo-boo. And yeah, I showed you the inside, and then the envelope for that is the Parakeet Party. So I think that's a happy card to go with Happy to Have You in My Life, right? And then we switched to Sweet Sorbet. This is the card base, the card that has the gold foil around the edges. So I cut that foil off, and I'll show you how I use that in a minute. And then this piece has the U that pops out. Which I wish they had the stamp for the U does not, it's smaller than this. So this comes out of there and the gold shows through. But I trimmed off, which about 1/8 of an inch, which was all the solid gold foil. I don't think I have another one of those to show you now. That was around the edges, and just left the inner line on, and again took a piece of the 22 to 20, it's actually 22 to 24 in colors, but this will only last till 23, I'm sure. Anyway, I again took the dotted paper, put it as a background, put this down, did the U the way they showed on their card here. But I brought in, I was trying to find something else to go after the U other than Can Do Anything, which is in the kit. So I brought out Beauty of Friendship, which carried over to the new annual on page 104. And what I did is I masked off this U and just have Truly Inspire Me on here. So you just take a piece of washi or some kind of tape on your stamp and cover the U. You ink it, then you peel off the washi, then you stamp it. And also what I used here are the new dies. This die right here from the Stylish Shapes dies to get that banner, and that is bumped up. And again, 3 little gold metallic pearls that just retired. So they're no longer available. Sorry about that. And then inside, excuse me, just a strip of the paper and a thank you, and I think that was out of that same stamp. Yes, that's out of the Beauty of Friendship also. And that carried, the stamp set carried over to the new catalog. And so that's Sweet Sorbet. Next one is also Sweet Sorbet, because how I do this, when I cut Sweet Sorbet, 1 piece of cardstock makes 2 cards, right? 2 card bases. It is thundering here, so I don't know how much. I'm going to try and quickly get through this. Okay, here are 2 of the gold strips from cutting off the gold around the edges of this. Here and here. I had this leftover piece of paper from the background, but the other side of it is this plaid. And then I first put that, I think this is like 1 3/4, so this is like 2 1/4 of white cardstock. Actually, it was left over from one of the cards I cut up, probably this one, the back of it. So I backed that on there. Now this is a stripe of my own white, basic white paper. Happy to have you in my life. Gold pearls again to bring in the gold. And that's pretty much in the happy is bumped up from with dimensionals. A combination of regular and mini, the ones in the kit, minis. And the inside is the card back. Actually, this is the card back from this one. This piece, I think, was from a different one I had left over. I don't know which one. But that's that one. And I don't think I put anything on the inside, right? I think I just showed you that. I can't get it open. There we go. All right, so then, I love this one. I brought in the Cup of Tea photopolymer set and dies. And this paper is for the Tea Boutique paper. Oh my gosh. 1 second. Of course, now I'm getting weird calls. This is what the paper is. Hang on. I don't like to answer my phone anyway in thunderstorm. So here, oh no, this isn't it. This is another sheet. It's a teapot sheet, not the teacup sheet. Anyway, the back of it is this dotted paper. But that paper is meant to coordinate with the in colors. So that is why I used it. Here it is. This is the paper. And this is the back. So I thought it was really beautiful paper. I think I used it once before. And this is the last card that has the U on it, but I used it anyway, and this is how I meant the gold foil was on that other one. So I used it, I covered up the U. I cut this to 4 by 5 1/4, and it fit inside those lines perfectly. And then this I cut to 4 also, and just whatever it was left. And then this is another gold foil strip I had, and here is where I used the decorative circle punch and punched this background piece in the darker starry sky to put behind the cup. Now the cup and the leaves, I stamped the cup in Memento Tuxedo Black. I colored it in with the blends of Parakeet Party and Tahitian Tide. And these greeneries I stamped in Garden Green, which I need to re-ink because it got a little light on one part of it. But then I colored it in, I think, in light Parakeet Party only. Easy coloring, and both of those are bumped up on dimensionals. The Happy I stamped with the stamp that's in the kit in Memento Tuxedo Black, and I just used light light Tahitian Tide, and I cut it real close to where I stamped the letters off. And then I did use the dots in the kit, 2 of the Sorbet and 2 of the Starry Sky, because it wouldn't have shown if I sorry, something's falling. It wouldn't have shown if I had used the same Tahitian Tide here. And the You Make Me was from the kit. That's bumped up also. So this, and this are bumped up. And inside I had that much paper left, so I just used it. So this was a card base from the kit using Tahitian Tide envelope. And the next one uses the last one of these. I believe I put this on a plain white backing, yes. One of the plain white ones. So I brought in a piece of 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 Tahitian Tide, and then this is 4 by 5 1/4 of the designer paper, the plaid side. This was one of the 2 banner pieces in the kit that has texture to it. And then this piece I got from when I used the other card. I don't think it was this one. Well, when I cut this out, the white backing piece here is from that. And I think the other part of that blue, I don't know where I got that from. I thought it was from that same card, but I'm not sure. I don't think I cut anything off of here, so I'm not sure how I got that. That looks like, it actually looks textured, so it had to come off this card somewhere, this banner here. I'm not sure. It may have been on a piece when you punch that out. There was a piece left. I think that's what it was. Anyway, I glued that together with the white and put it at the top of that. I just brought in the Best Wishes, but what I did here is I laid this Best Wishes down on a piece of the Parakeet Party cardstock. I traced around it, and then I fussy cut just a little bit out. It's not perfect because I'm not a good fussy cutter, but it just made an outline around the Best Wishes so it would pop off the card more and also give it a little more sturdiness. That's bumped up on dimensionals. 3 of the little blings from the kit, and the ribbon is the same kind of ribbon but in the Parakeet Party. Yeah, the 1/8 inch metallic woven ribbon, 1/8 inch in Parakeet Party. They're in the new annual catalog. I absolutely love the new in colors. They're so bright and cheerful, unlike the day we're having today, so I maybe needed to do bright and cheerful. Nothing on the inside, at least not yet. Parakeet Party envelope to go with that one. And the last one I have done for you so far is this one. Now this just took the card that they had here, and they used the best wishes on it, but I thought that kind of looked washed out, so I didn't want to use that. So I brought in, I did use the card base, and I did use the mat that they had to go with that already edged base. But what I brought in now is the brand new Framed Occasions Sentiment Wishing You the Best Day Ever, and this line for the hexagon, and then the dies that go with this and also go with Hello Beautiful are the Beautiful Shapes dies from the January to June mini. I used the larger one to die cut a piece of the Starry Sky, and then the smaller one, or well, the next smaller one, to die cut the piece that you stamp, the red, I stamped the Sweet Sorbet border on. And then the next smaller one, I already had one of them cut, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just use 2 gold foil hexagons. So I had to die cut one more because I already had one. So I have the splotches here and the hexagons there, and then the Starry Sky ribbon again. And this is stamped in Starry Sky. And then on the inside, I stamped Celebrate Your Day. Now that is from the kit, but I believe I had to mask off the 2, hang on, yes, so to Celebrate Your Day is the stamp in the kit. So again, I covered up the 2 with a little washi tape, stamped it in Starry Sky, just put Celebrate Your Day instead of to Celebrate Your Day, and then the dots are in the Sweet Sorbet. So that's an easy alternative. Just add one other stamp set and dies, and some gold foil, and do a little masking on your sentiment. So that's another easy one, and that's what I have for you so far. Hopefully I'll be doing more on my live stream, which you'll probably see, you may see before this goes up. This is my favorite, the first one I did, just because I love that kite. And these 2 are the closest to what the kit sample has. This one I like too, it's creative. I love the Sweet Sorbet color, although I will tell you, in my opinion, the Sweet Sorbet dots are a little duller than the color of this card. This definitely looks like sorbet, like a sherbet, like a raspberry sherbet almost, or watermelon sherbet. A really good color for watermelon, I think. But the dots are kind of washed out color, I don't know. And then when you use the ink, you see how bright the ink is compared to the dots. I don't know, it's just me. And then this is another favorite, the one with the T. It's a little busy looking, but very happy, so I like it. I used a little bit of everything from the kit. Brought in the new cardstocks, the new inks, the new Stampin' Right markers in the in colors, and 2 of the in color Stampin' Blends, the Parakeet Party and the Tahitian Tide. I used on here, I used the Stampin' Blends for this and the cup. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I really had fun making them. I'm trying to finish the box up, although this is a really pretty box in this Tahitian Tide blue, and my walls are not so pretty anymore, but they're blue. I may keep this box and get rid of a different one. Alright everyone, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye.